Greetings, everyone. It's Patrick Oborn, co-founder of Tolley. I have a very special guest in studio today, Mr. Doug Tolley, who many of you will recognize from Tolley history. Doug, welcome back to Getting the Band Together. How you doing?
Patrick, it is so good to be back with you and to be visiting about some really cool stuff today.
That is awesome. So recently you were named as the Chief Revenue Officer for Infinite Wireless, which for those of you who don't know, is an exclusive Tolley supplier. We really like that. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Doug, tell us a little bit about Infinite Wireless and how you got back into the business with them.
Patrick, I learned a little bit about Infinite Wireless, and they're really solving some interesting problems around wireless connectivity, zero-touch wireless connectivity, which we want to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
How this benefits the trusted advisors and how they can make some money on a product that the market really, really needs.
Yeah.
But mostly this is just really interesting tech. And a lot of people don't understand what a virtual SIM is. So let's talk about what a vSIM is.
Yeah. So that was my question is what sets Infinite Wireless apart from all the many other providers that provide wireless backup, wireless connectivity for IoT devices, things like that. Like why Infinite? Why? What do you guys got going on?
So here's what's special about Infinite.
Yeah.
There's a lot of products out there that use hardware, legacy products like Cradlepoint and others. There's a lot of 4G, 5G products out there.
Yep.
There's some satellite products out there. We know all of these. We don't need to name any of them. We're different than all of those, and here's why. We use a technology called vSIM, and vSIM means it's virtual SIM. This isn't an eSIM. This isn't a piece of hardware that needs to be turned and oriented and stuck in a slot.
So there's no SIM capabilities on the end devices itself.
There's none whatsoever. So at the edge and on the end devices, there's no hardware. It is a vSIM.
Right.
We send out what looks a little bit like a hockey puck. That device is what you connect to.
Are you talking those orange pucks that I've seen all over the internet, people using?
Absolutely, and you're going to start seeing those more as we get those deployed all over the place.
Okay.
We send out that device, you connect to that device connects back to our data center, and in the data center, the smart technology in the data center decides which network signal, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, which one has the strongest signal at that moment in that location, and automatically connects to that. And if that signal degrades or there's a problem with that signal, the AI smart technology in the data center will automatically and seamlessly switch to the carrier that has the best signal at that location at that time. So imagine, if you will, no hardware at the connectivity device.
Okay.
All the smarts are back in the data center, and you've basically taken every one of the carriers in North America and laid them over the top of each other so that you have seamless coverage across the landscape with no holes, no black holes, no outages, no problems. And if one goes down, it automatically switches to the next one.
Wow, that blended network approach is very novel. It's the first I've heard of it. Tell us a little bit why that matters. I mean, here we are in 2025, going into 2026, and we're still talking about getting internet access. So where you want it, how you want it, at the speed you want it.
You'd think by now.
You would think.
You would think by now that it would be ubiquitous, that it would be everywhere.
People expect ubiquity.
And this is the problem. We've got this built-in expectation that it's always on and always going to work.
Right.
And you and I both know that's not true. We were on a call just yesterday. You were kind of up in the mountains a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little glitchy at points. I'm on AT&T. I don't know who you're on. Let's not name names, but sometimes this gets glitchy. My wife, for example, drives all along what's called the Wasatch Back for her job.
Yeah.
There are spots where AT&T is really good in Heber, Utah. There are spots when Verizon is really good over in Croydon and past Park City. The geography doesn't matter. My point is, on a day-to-day basis, she moves between good and not so good carriers. So you'd think it would be great everywhere. The truth is, we know that's just not the case today. Here we are in 2025, going into 2026. It's expected, but it's not rock solid everywhere. So that continues to be an ongoing challenge, especially if you are a road warrior, an executive. Let's say you've deployed, we've got an example of a client that's got an ATM machine kind of out in the middle of nowhere, Iowa.
Right.
It's not always reliable, but that ATM needs to be up all the time. Think of oil and gas, think of manufacturing, think of IoT devices.
Right.
Sometimes they're deployed in places where there's gaps and holes. We solve that problem.
Yeah, and talk to us a little bit about the revenue potential, because some of the things that go to outer space, let's be frank, we don't really get paid on that stuff. We get paid on the service.
Yeah.
We get paid on the maintenance. We get paid on, but the core service is off limits to partners.
Yeah.
So this really helps us kind of cover a lot more areas where satellite's not needed at all.
So I think you think about it from a TA perspective, from a trusted advisor perspective.
Right.
There's three things you should really think about. Number one, those other ones that, Elon deployed to space, they'll pay you some NRC, but not MRC.
Right.
Well, if I'm a trusted advisor, NRC's nice, MRC's where I make my money.
Right.
We've built a product that is the same quality coverage nationwide and globally.
Yeah.
That pays MRC. So that's number one. Agents should always ask, can I get paid? Yes, you can get paid monthly on this service. So that's really, really cool. Number two, because it's zero touch technology, there's no, we already talked about it. There's no SIMs, there's no hardware, there's no open the box, there's no fix this. Because of that, and it's zero touch, as an agent, you'd say, oh my gosh, well, this is almost a no-brainer for me. I set it and forget it.
Can I just interrupt you right now?
Please.
I've literally, Tolley has a story. It's a horror story. I mean, we just passed Halloween, but
Right.
it's freaking
Scary.
It's scary. We had an advisor that sold a Tolley supplier, and it was a major nationwide grocery store chain, and
Right.
they used that service as their backup internet service for their guests in all of their grocery stores.
Right.
Something happened on the provider side, at the carrier side, and all of the SIM cards, the static SIM cards that were in all of those Cradlepoint devices,
Yeah.
stopped working.
Hmm.
So TA gets an angry call, Tolley gets an angry call, the carrier gets an angry call, and all the customer just wants is for their service to be restored.
They want it to work.
They want it to store. So the obvious solution was, well, we're going to FedEx you new SIMs, and you just pop those new SIMs in, we're good to go, right?
That sounds like a solution. That's a problem.
That's a problem. And so they did. They FedExed all of these new SIM cards out there, and these store managers got these SIM cards, and they're like, I'm not opening that device. I don't know what slot to put it in. And so ultimately, the provider had to roll a truck to over 200 independent stores. The bill on that was over $100,000
Wow.
to fix it.
Wow.
And the customer didn't want to pay it. They're like, this isn't our problem. This is a you problem. And the TA is like, well, Tolley, like somebody pay this.
Right.
And it was a problem with the tech. It was their problem with their business model. And ultimately the carrier or the supplier ate it. And it took them an entire year to recover from that financial hit.
Well,
and what a lot of people don't
Yeah.
understand, and the TA lost that account when
Right.
they came up for
Right.
renewal. Like they're like, dude, no, we're good. You're not going to suggest any more recommendations that fail, and that require us to basically take our IT department and have them focus on your problem. Because now there's 2 weeks of lost productivity now that we couldn't work on for our own project. So our problems became their problems. And so this zero touch technology is a big deal.
It's
Most
a game
people
changer.
You can't know that until you've been through
It's a
it.
game changer. And so that was the second thing is, can I get paid? Yes, you can get paid on the
Yeah.
residual. Number two, is this going to be a pain in the butt for me? Is this going to be a problem? Is this going to be a challenge for me? No. Again, there's no SIM. It's a vSIM. There's no hardware. It's a little puck. It works. You connect to it. All of the tech, all of the effort is done in the data center. So if the 3-letter carrier goes down, okay, we switch to T-Mobile. We switch to Verizon.
It's not a problem.
It's a no-brainer. And instead of having, somebody from the produce department have to go and open up a Cradlepoint device,
Right.
if the puck's on, it's working. Now, look, if all 3 carriers that we just named go down at the same time, we have an apocalypse. That's a whole other
You got different problems.
That's a whole other set of problems. So can I get paid? Yes. Is it truly zero touch? Yes, it's zero touch from the TA perspective, from the customer perspective, from the IT perspective. That's amazing.
So here's some hard questions.
Please.
Okay. Some people will say, but we have a dual SIM failover
Sure.
solution. How is virtual SIM superior to a dual SIM failover solution?
Love the question. In a dual SIM failover, that means that one carrier broke,
Right.
and then we flip to the other carrier.
Right.
There's no guarantee that the second backup is the next strongest signal. There's no guarantee that that's the right place to go.
Right.
So imagine you get AI in our data center saying, oh, carrier one is actually starting to degrade and it's actually watching this in real time. So instead of a fail, it says, oh, that's starting to degrade. I'm going to automatically switch you to the next strongest. Or, hey, they're having a little bit of a glitch today. These guys are better. Let's go there. You get the best of all three worlds in real time. All the time.
It's a very dynamic world out there.
Absolutely dynamic.
Network traffic, everything changes. And sometimes that failover has to be initiated by a human.
Right.
Like sometimes it's not just, okay, I'm going to make the intelligent decision at the edge device level to fail over. And
that's a great point. And so let me give you another example. One of our clients, a marketing company, was putting on an event for Mitel. I think we can say their name. Can we say their name?
I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi. A name I haven't heard in quite some time.
That's a name I haven't heard. So they're putting on an event for Mitel.
Mitel, yeah.
The Mitel CEO was going to give a slide presentation, and the slides were stored in the cloud.
Oh boy. What could possibly go wrong?
Right. So they're sitting in a public space, and this is another use case that we should talk about. They're in a public space.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people banging around
Conference
on the
center
Wi-Fi.
or something, yeah.
All of a sudden, maybe the guy in the corner is playing a video game. Maybe somebody else is streaming some YouTube. And so the marketing department said, we can't afford to have these slides go down or to have a glitch or have some sort of latency or problem. They took one of their pucks out of their backpack, put it down on the table, made it a private connection for the CEO only.
Wow. Yeah.
Only person that could connect. Dynamically, it picked the best signal at the time. And if it changed through, by the way, we don't know if it changed through the course of the.
Doesn't matter.
I could go look in the logs, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That stayed up.
Yeah.
He made his slide presentation. Everything went great. Imagine the confidence you have walking into a situation like that. So we think of a lot of use cases. You talked a little bit about sort of zero touch in a grocery store. Awesome.
Right.
How about a road warrior who can't afford to have it go down?
Truckers, logistics.
How about the idea that, I don't know if you saw the recent stuff from some TSA and some of the airport stuff saying you probably shouldn't connect to the public Wi-Fi with mission critical stuff in an airport anymore. Because there's a lot of bad actors out there, right? So if you have this device and you're the only one that can connect, it's utterly secure. So you think about that for your road warriors.
There's still people that run mission critical applications off their iPads, and their employer's recommendation to their employees is just tether off your phone.
Right.
That's the same as the static SIM because the phone has an eSIM. So you're tied to a network everywhere you go. I actually heard a story of a windshield installer who literally couldn't get the signature from the customer because his cell phone that he was tethered to was in a spot with a black hole, which was in the middle of a city. We encounter it all the time. He's in a black hole, and he literally asked the customer to go inside her house and get on her personal Wi-Fi.
Right.
And she obviously declined.
That's almost like saying, "May I please use your bathroom?"
Exactly,
I mean, it's like we're almost in that place. But I mentioned my wife
crazy.
before, who drives kind of up and down the backside of the Wasatch Mountains.
Yeah.
She's required by her job. She's a social worker. She's required by her job at every home visit to do the documentation in real time. When we gave her one of these, she has signal everywhere. It doesn't matter whether she's in Morgan or Park City, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon footprint. She has the device. She can document in real time. That's actually required by HIPAA for her. And when she does it, when she gets back home or she has a better signal, it's not illegal, but it's not optimal.
Yeah.
This makes sure that the job can happen optimally. Now, I know that's a simple example, but just think about having connectivity everywhere. Better example, we've got a client who does like evening riverboat cruises.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
They sell thousands of dollars, and they go out from the harbor and they watch a fireworks show, and it's really kind of a cool thing that they do.
Yeah,
they sell thousands of dollars of drinks and snacks at the bar. Their number one problem right now is when they get off the harbor.
Oh, the point of sale system stops processing.
The point of sale stops processing. And you know what? They think they're losing 30 to 70% of the potential revenue each night as they wait for credit cards to process.
Oh, painful.
It is really painful. So
nothing worse than making money and not being able to collect your money.
I've said this for years. You've heard me say it in events all the time. When someone's trying to hand you cash, you should find a way to take that money.
You should absolutely.
And so they deploy this. Doesn't matter what the signal is. Oh, this one's better, that one's better, whatever. That cash register just keeps ringing all night. I mean, these seem like small examples, but we're talking about thousands of dollars to a business where it really matters. And again, back to the point, 3 things the TA should care about. Can I get paid? Absolutely. Can I get paid?
Yeah.
Does it work everywhere? Absolutely. And if all 3 networks go down, that's a whole other apocalyptic problem. That was hard for me to say.
Apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
There we go. Very good.
And then the third one is, but is it going to be a pain in the butt for me?
Yeah.
And when we say it's truly zero touch from the TA and from the IT department of the customer, we mean it. It is zero touch. We've got some sophisticated guys in the data center. We've got some AI running. We've got some really good network stuff. That takes care of all of the headaches. This is almost a no-brainer.
The 2 main questions I field after what's the difference between dual SIM and redundant, is number 1, does it come with a static IP address?
Yes, it does.
If it's in a network configuration, right, you're going to have VPNs, you're going to have firewalls.
So vSIM with a static IP.
Okay.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, very cool. And the last question is, does this go outside the United States?
Absolutely.
Because some people know there's actually wireless signal in Canada. Shout out to my Canadian friends.
Rogers.
Mexico. Europe.
Yep.
There's cell all over the world. It's crazy, right? Can I take these devices outside the United States with me?
Patrick, you can check our website, but as of today, we're in 135 countries and adding more all the time. The answer is yes.
So
absolutely.
That not only is a really good feature for the customers, but now TAs can get paid where people have offices outside the United States, as long as their company is an American-based company, offices nationwide. There's a lot of uniqueness here. So we're glad to have you in the Telarus portfolio.
Absolutely. And remember,
you are solving a lot of problems and literally covering a lot of holes.
And remember, this is a Telarus exclusive product. So that really matters. Shout out to your lapel pin and my cufflinks that we've had for years. Telarus exclusive product, number 1. On that. Number 2, we're adding new countries all the time.
Yeah.
But again, back to that Mitel CEO, could be in Europe tomorrow. Yeah. Could be in Asia on Thursday.
Hey, I just sent one yesterday to my son who's serving his mission in Mexico.
There you go.
Because he was tethering to the SIM card of his buddy, his companion.
Right.
And so depending on where they were or whatever, he's like, I don't know if I can text or whatever. It's crazy. And so we're like, would having a Wi-Fi hotspot in your apartment help you do your work? He's like, oh my gosh, is that possible? It's Mexico, Dad. I'm like, Telcel, Telmex.
Take the best wireless network available to where you are.
Yep.
In the palm of your hand.
That's amazing.
With no moving parts.
That's amazing. So I'm excited, dude. You got me hyped up, man.
All right.
What's the next steps? How do we engage?
Well, listen, we are just getting rolling here on this, and we're so excited. We've got a few really good TAs out there who are starting to sell this. We're going to highlight a few of those here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Go check out our website at infinite-wireless.com.
Infinite-wireless.
You can reach out to me. My phone number's on the press release. We've got email addresses, doug.tolley@infinite-wireless.com. Okay. We're starting to really build this team.
Yeah.
Patrick, this is going to be big, and we're really excited about it. And anybody who's interested from a customer perspective, from a TA perspective, reach out. We'll get you some demo units. Anything more.
We love demo units, man.
Anything more than 10 sites, we'll do a free 14-day POC.
Yeah.
We'll prove that it works. If we prove that it works, we want you to convert that over to an ongoing contract. We'll do proofs of concept. We'll do demos. We'll set you up with case studies. And we have a whole bunch of marketing things coming very, very soon. And you're going to know some of the names of the people we're working with in marketing that we've worked with before.
Tell me the band's getting back together.
The band's getting back together. And the band's getting back together.
That's awesome.
And for the TAs, it's going to be so simple.
Yeah.
You put in your logo and your company name, and it's going to pop out press releases. It's going to pop out brochures. It's going to pop out slide decks. It's going to pop out demos. Guys, we've made this really easy. We know.
Yeah.
We've been on both sides of this conversation.
Yes.
We know what needs to be done. We're making it really easy.
You know what TAs want is what you're saying.
We know what they want.
Awesome. Well, hey, welcome back to the Telarus ecosystem. Welcome back to the business. We're so excited to have you back. We're excited to work with, do more work with Infinite Wireless.
Absolutely.
And again, infinite-wireless.com.
And here's to infinite possibilities.
Here we go. Thanks so much, Doug, for being here. Thank you for your time. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to work with you at some point real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.